Greetings and salutations, Wastelanders and Wanderers. My name is oskapt. We have a challenge today that at first pass might appear daunting, and that is to kill 500 enemies. So if you want to do this in anything that remotely resembles not a long time, then you're going to need to go to places of high enemy density. And I'm going to show you some of those places. Now, I'm already a good ways through this because I was playing and then I was like, oh, you know what? I should totally make a video. Remember, challenge events are now called mini seasons. So if you're actually wondering how to start this off, you go here and you'll collect your money bag backpack, and then you can craft that as paint on your backpack at an armor bench. That's a 0 ticket item. The rest of these are ticketed items, and now mini seasons earn you tickets. So you can either buy everything and not do the challenges. You can do the challenges and then buy everything because you'll get enough tickets for everything. Or you can buy everything, do the challenges, and get all your tickets back. It's up to you however you want to play it. Things do unlock sequentially. So for example, I can't unlock the detective board until I unlock or purchase the piggy bank, and then that'll unlock, then I'll buy that, then I can buy this, then I can buy that, and so on. But the actual challenges for each week are still located here under events. So you can see I'm already 361 out of 500, and I'm just going to run you through some additional locations as well as talk about the places I have already been. And we'll go kill some stuff. So I just cleaned out Fort Defiance. Next place I'm going to go is Lucky Hole Mine. Having berry mentats helps. I'll show you where your enemies are so you can make sure that you don't miss any of them. And what I'm trying to do is find locations that have 20 or more in fairly close concentration.
Holy Mothman!
And in addition to running locations like this, of course, there are events, there are horde events, there's expeditions, there's daily operations, and especially for the one to just kill 500 enemies, you know, any of those are great additional items. Rat roach, little bastard.
Holy Mothman, shepherd me to the
And I don't particularly care about picking up any of the stuff that they drop. Occasionally I'll just spam all, but we're on a mission here. Mole rat. Oh. Exciting. Enemies is enemies. We are not particular. Like I said, I've already been through a lot of these, but I will show you where I've been, and then we'll show you some of the other places that you can go. So one place that I absolutely love is Grafton Steel. There are a ton of super mutants here all over the place, and it's really easy to just sweep through. As long as you're there, you can head over to Grafton Dam and pick up some more super mutants. Eastern Regional Penitentiary is another place where you can grab a lot of enemies very quickly. You've got super mutants on the outside and then a mess of ghouls on the inside. Over here at Sunnytop Ski Lanes, you'll also be able to get a good number of super mutants and some random enemies that are hanging out outside. Sometimes they're dogs, sometimes they're stingwings. Today they were cave crickets, which I thought was pretty weird. Wendigo Cave does have a lot of enemies, but they're pretty spread out. I'm looking for places where I can get a large concentration of enemies that are actually concentrated. So if I was going to pick, I would actually go to someplace like Top of the World, where on the second story you have maybe 20 or so scorched, and you can just light up some berry mentats and run around in a circle and kill them all. National Isolated Radio Array has a good number of super mutants, and I would be remiss if I didn't say that, yes, you can just run West Tech over and over and over and over and over again, but we're looking for something that's a little bit more exciting, right? Over here at the White Spring Golf Club, you can grab a bunch of ghouls, but that's a pretty popular place. When I went there, it was already pretty well cleaned out. So instead, I headed over to White Spring Lookout and went a little bit north from there to the back entrance for the Deep, which I think is hidden behind this guy's camp. You can also get into the Deep from here, but if you want enemies, the back entrance is better. There's like a trap in the ground or a door in the ground, and that'll put you on the backside where there's a bunch of communists and commie-bots. Since we're here, let's head over to New Gad, where we should be able to kill another bunch of super mutants. See you in the distance, glowing. This is why Berry Mentats is really helpful. It's because you don't necessarily know where they are, and you don't want to waste your time running around trying to find them. It's better to just go right to where they are.
Hell where your guts are!
And then put them down.
Kill you quick!
Alright, I think that's it for New Gad. So let's move on to our next location. Next up, we're going to check out Brim Quarry, which I'm not so sure about, but one of my sources says actually has a high concentration of enemies. So let's find out. Coal miners. Ooh, missile to the face. Alright, I would definitely label that one a success. And as long as we're in mole miner country, we might as well head down to Beckley. There's a Wendigo in there. Somebody needs a nap. Got somebody up on the roof. Alright, working our way across the street. Looks like we've got some more enemies over here. There's a robo-brain down there. Come out here from the workshop and come over to this house, there's usually some more ghouls over here. Hey, buddy. Where you at? Alright, that is Beckley. Someplace that you might not think of as being a good concentration of enemies is actually the Sunshine Meadows Industrial Farm. And we're going to get there via Hillfolk Hot Dogs, and we're going to swing through Poseidon Power Substation. And between these three locations, there's going to be Scorched here, there's going to be Mole Rats there, and there's going to be Ghouls here. We should be able to pick up another 10-ish enemies in one swoop. Mole Rats are best fought from an elevated position. Probably another one, but we'll move on. Head over here to the substation. Clear out these Scorched. And if you're lucky, you'll end up at a workshop that's been overrun by enemies. And then you'll have even more enemies to kill. But the goals here are reliably in these Quonset huts. And then inside, they hang out on the second floor. All right, well, there's all my enemies, but I'm going to continue doing this until I show you a few more locations. All right, looks like that's all the enemies at this location. Up here in the northwest corner of the forest, Tyler County Fairgrounds will have a bunch of scorched, then you can head over to Tyler County Dirt Track, claim the workshop, and then deal with the enemies that are there. West Virginia Lumber Company also has a bunch of free radicals hanging out outside, so we'll swing through there and see if they've respawned. Clancy Manor has a ton of cultists, but that's also an easy spot. Lots of people pick that off. Aaronholdt Homestead, we're going to swing through there. That's going to have dogs and insects. And then somebody told me to check out Grove's family cabin. So we'll start there. Yeah, this place has a remarkable number of scorched for as small of a location as it is. I'd forgotten about this. Okay, that was a great start. We'll clear out West Virginia Lumber Company next.
Hey!
Don't forget the guys in the tower, as well as that tower over there. And then you've got the turrets, which I don't think count as enemies. And there's a guy outside. Oh, hello. Hola, muchacho. Looks like we got somebody else over there who wants some. All right. That's West Virginia Lumber Co. And we have a defend event. So we're going to go to Aaronholdt Homestead, and we're going to let this event expire. Here we are now at Aaronholdt Homestead, where we will find dogs. We will come down here, where there are insects. You know, an event that would be great for getting tons of enemies would be the tea time event. You come up here to the shack, even bee swarms will count. Poor guy. So we will come back here to our retake event, where we should have a much larger group of enemies to deal with, and we won't have to wait for the various waves to spawn. Remember, mole rats, fight mole rats from an elevated position. Eat that wall, buddy. Good job. All right, there we go. Got some XP and a bunch more enemies. By now, all of my enemies at Grafton Steel should have respawned, as well as at Grafton Dam. But I'm going to take you through Eastern Regional Penitentiary before I wrap this video up. From the roof, you can easily take out super mutants, both in the towers and down in the yard. He just blew himself up. That's great. No, going to die. Okay. Super mutants on the outside, and then lots of ghouls on the inside. Hey guys, come to the party. No? They left.
Someone there?
I say, other than the two that are outside, this might be it. Oh, more than two out here. We got 4, 5. Oh, that hurt. But it did its job. So there you have it, everybody. Strategies on how to find large quantities of enemies to knock out both the 76 human enemies as well as the 500 enemies that you need to get before next week. If you're like me and you like doing these things all in a single session, well, this should make it easier for you. And I know I didn't cover everything, so I'm curious, what are your favorite spots to go to for high density combat situations? Let me know in the comments. My name is Oskapt, I am one half of Gamer Aviator, and until next time, stay safe out there, Vault Dwellers.
In the heart of West Virginia, where the shadows creep and sway, lies a land of rusted dreams, where the brave dare not stray. Appalachia, oh, it's a treacherous ride, with dangers untold and no